History can be learned on the foot of the statues of Enugu coal miners, where we see the brutality meted out to our people by the British colonial masters, the unfortunate torture of the souls of our being. History can also be learned gazing on the statues of Caesar, where we see the unfortunate betrayal of a friend, Brutus, who thrust his sword across the heart of Caesar, and Caesar shouted out of the abundance of his heart, "Even you, Brutus, my friend, on whom I repose all the confidence I have." History can also be learned standing on the bank of the river Dead Sea, where we see a river that opens up to receive from other sources, yet it gives out nothing, and that is why it is considered to be a dead sea. Nothing survives in it and nothing lives in it because it gives nothing out. Unfortunately though, the history that stares at us is the history of a monument of shame, where the mass grave centers become our pilgrimage centers. This is what we are gradually handing over to the next generation, where the strands of the ligaments of our humanity is littered all across the society, where the sword of the enemy thrusts through the heart of the innocent people and their sword bleeds with the blood of the innocent people. The story that stares at us is that our women now have their wombs opened by the sword of the enemy and their babies taken away to God knows where. The story that stares at us is that today we are already at home with a war that is gradually going on. The value of life and the sacredness of human life becomes a thing of the past. This is what we are gradually going to hand over to the next generation. But the question that we will be confronted with is the same question that Jesus of Nazareth asked 2,000 and something years ago when he said, "Does this not concern all of you that pass by?" This is the question that we will be confronted with. Does this not concern you because you are not from Benue, because you are not from Makodi, because you are not from Adamawa, because you are not from Taraba, because you are from Enugu, you are from Kano, you are from Lagos, you are from Imo? It doesn't concern you. One day, that war will spill over to your own state. And that is when you will now discover that it would have been very much important and necessary that you spoke up for those who could not speak for themselves. Can we just find the solution to this? Nigeria is becoming so sick. Nigeria is becoming so troublesome under our watch. What is happening? On daily basis, you hear news of people dying, not out of natural death, not out of natural disaster, but out of man's inhumanity to man. Those who eventually escaped infant mortality only grow up to be killed by the sword of the enemy. Where this sword is coming from, nobody knows. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what happens to the sanctity of life? What happens to the sacredness of human life? Nobody values it again, or only very few. And so, life is sacred. Life is precious. We must defend life at all costs.